good at all, showing a very large circulation. Let's go to the South Doppler here, control room, and we've got a donut hole here. We can't emphasize to you enough, this is bad news. And it's coming into Hammond right now. You see it's on the western side of town. You see where it's wrapped around by orange with red there in the middle. That is a complete donut hole showing that's the tornado itself showing up on our intensity scan on the South Doppler. And it's right over Hammond. And it's over a mile wide. Let's go back to Jonathan Condor here. Hammond, you guys have got to be down now. And don't come out for a while. You've got to be in your storm shelter now. Butler, it's heading toward Butler next. It looks like up to a mile wide tornado now coming into Hammond. Jonathan, go.
It could be Mike on now, off to Highway 33 or 34. Looks like the strongest winds are going to be on the southeast quadrant of this intersection here, wrapping curtains of rain. Mark and I are looking for power flashes at the time. I haven't seen any yet, but boy, it's such a broad area of circulation with these wrapping curtains and just really strong movement. From what I can tell, visually, what we saw earlier, again, to the west of the town, to me, it doesn't look as well defined, but now I'm starting to get a little bit into the wrapping curtains rain. I'm coming up to Highway 33. I think when Mark and I can turn east and get this storm back behind us, we're going to have a little bit more contrast here, Mike. Again, I don't see, we're now at the intersection of 33 and 34. We have wrapping curtains rain just on the southwest side of town. We're not in a good spot. We're heading east, Mike, back to you.
Okay, we continue to show on radar a donut hole over Hammond, and what I mean by that is it's intensity here that's completely surrounded by an area of almost no intensity, showing to us the tornado. It's over Hammond right now. Here's the big question. The big question is, how strong is the tornado? It is large, but we can't tell exactly how strong the tornado is. Of course, that doesn't really make a whole lot of difference because it's a tornado, so the winds are going to be very, very strong no matter what. But the intensity of the tornado right now, it's big, but we don't know exactly how strong it is. Jim-Gardner in Chopper 4 now is almost to Hammond as well. He is literally minutes away from arriving on the south side of Hammond. He just fueled up at Burns Flat there, southwest of Clinton. He's now minutes away. Let's go back to Jonathan Condor in Hammond. Jonathan?
Mike, I'm now heading east here out of Hammond, and the center of circulation is over the town of Hammond, and again, right behind me. We do not have, it's not as well defined. When it was coming into the west side of town, again, we saw really well-defined suction vortices, the spinning little, kind of like dust devils, but they're connected, obviously, to the whole circulation of the wall cloud, and they were strong. We don't see it as strong right now as we look back to the back behind us here. We're just again to the east of Hammond here by about a mile, Mike. We're going to get a couple miles to the east here, spin our truck around, try to get a little bit of a better shot. I can't tell. Haven't seen any power flashes in our rearview mirror here, but we'll certainly could be damaging tornadic winds over the town of Hammond here, Mike. Back to you.
Okay, Jonathan, again, tell us where you are from the middle of Hammond, where the donut hole that we see on radar has collapsed here a little bit, and that's good news. Where are you from Hammond proper right now?
Okay, Mike, I'm exactly a half mile east of Hammond. Exactly on the road here, on Highway 33. Highway 33, I'm a half mile east of Hammond, and I'm heading eastbound, and in the center circle coming across, I'm halfway between Hammond and the northwest corner of Foss Lake. Okay. So again, as I look back, I'm looking back to the west here, and again, it doesn't look, to me, it does not look as strong as it did coming into the town of Hammond. This is good news. It looks like it maybe had decreased intensity. I'm not sure on the wind speed inside the center circulation when it crossed over Hammond. I'm not sure of that because Mark and I were able to stay just ahead of it. I mean, it was right on our heels, a quarter mile away from us. So we actually didn't drive right into the circulation. But again, it's going to be now probably through the leading edge of it. It's going to now be past the east side of Hammond here, Mike.
Yes, and we show the strongest circulation now just south of Morewood. You folks in Morewood may have damaging winds, and it's a very big mesocyclone. There he is. Take chopper. Tornado on the ground here. Jim's just now coming in. As we promised you here, Jim-Gardner there it is. It's on the ground. Take it. Chopper 4 is coming in right now. Jim-Gardner's got it on the ground right now. There it is. Yep, Jim. Okay, two-way here. Go ahead and tell us about it, Jim. Jim's just now. We're dialing his picture.
On the west side of 34. I'm just coming up on, believe it. Hang on just a minute.
Yeah, Jim-Gardner, Chopper 4 has it on the ground. You're looking at a live picture from Jim-Gardner and Chopper 4. He just fueled up at Burns Flat, and I'll be back on the scene. It's on the ground.
It's going to be on the west side of 34. It's going to be tracking. It's going to be southwest of the town of Hammond. I am right now just approximately about 6 miles to the southeast of Hammond. but it's definitely on the ground. We got debris coming up off the ground right now. Like I said, I'm sitting right at highway. I'm moving in just a little bit to the southwest now, tracking in a little bit closer. I'm right at the intersection of 73 and Highway 34 southwest of Hammond. It is on the ground right now. The good thing is it's in a very unpopulated area right now, but it has been on the ground for the past, since we picked it up, the past 5 minutes here. But again, you can see it clearly from Chopper 4. You can see the debris field right there. It is tracking, and it's going to be tracking right towards the town of Hammond at this time. But again, the good thing is it is in a very open country, very sparsely populated. But again, it is still staying on the ground at this time, Mike. And I'm coming up over 34. We got a tremendous amount of cloud-to-ground lightning involved with this.
Okay, Jim-Gardner and Chopper 4 here. Let's take a look here. We're looking at Jim here, his live picture, looking at the what could be a tornado here. Now we're gonna take a step back here and make sure that that is not a that might be actually that's a fire. That is not a tornado right there, folks. At least